What is going on, everybody? This is King Kong Nights 100, and this is such a shitty quality live stream. Good God. Um, I am literally recording off of my Mac, so that is why the quality is so bad. Oh wow. I don't know if that says 4 viewers as in what I have right now. I'm sorry. This is my first live stream that I'm doing. I don't know if I don't know if you see like me looking at up here because that's where my face is. The randomized, what's up, man? Ed Merville, that's the boy from Instagram. What is up, guys? Damn, this is really cool. Yeah, this is my first live, so the quality is really bad. I'm super sorry. How's the audio? How's is my audio itself in sync with my lips? You know. Yeah, let me know about the quality. So I just watched Godzilla King of the Monsters about oh yeah, no dude, it was so good. It was so good. Flat out like one of the best. Thank you, randomized. It was one of the best Godzilla movies, one of the best, dude, flat out. It was just like one of the best movies. Like all right, yeah, no, Gabra is the best monster ever. Don't even go there. Yeah, no, Mothra didn't get enough screen time, but the movie was super, super good. I don't know if I'm debating on if I should rewatch it later tonight. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure because I'm watching it tomorrow. But if I did watch it tonight, it would be over at like 2 a.m. Oh, dude, Gabra is the best monster. Of course, he can defeat Godzilla Earth. There is no question there. The only monster that can defeat Gabra is the boy Minya. So yeah, no, Mothra did not get a lot of screen time, and Ghidorah's death was very brutal. But good God, that was such a badass movie. I did an Instagram live about this, and the quality was much better. As in, I don't know why this is so dark, and I don't know why the quality is just it's really weird. But in terms of the movie Godzilla King of the Monsters, I was just blown away. This was such a stepping stone for the Monsterverse that it is just absolutely crazy. But yeah, like the movie, yeah, no, 2 of his heads got like vaporized by burning Godzilla. That was crazy. No, dude, the movie went balls to the wall. It was absolutely insane. I don't know. I feel like burning Godzilla could still be introduced way later into the Monsterverse, like in like 5 or like not 5, but like 9 or 10 years. But yeah, dude, I can't describe how crazy this movie was. Let's do. You know what I want to talk about since the randomized brought this up. King Ghidorah and his regeneration. He regrew his head, and that was like it looked so alien-like, and I was so blown away by that because of the fact that you don't really know, is this guy alien? Is he not? All right, because there was 2 moments in the film that at first I was so disappointed, but then later the film was like, nah, here you go. Here's what you really want. So the first moment was when they were like King Ghidorah, an apex predator. I was like, here we go again with the apex bullshit. But then you see later the girl is like, no, I read these mythological stories and stuff. They said he fell from the stars and my balls dropped to the floor. And it was just like he you see Kyle Chandler go or Mark Russell, he's like, what do you mean, like an alien? I was like, oh shit, here we go again, bro. Now he's an alien. Now it's actually gonna be real. Dude, that movie was so good. Oh yeah, dude, when Sarazawa went he's a false king, or I'm pretty sure he said exactly that, a false king. I was like, yo, that's it, man. It's over. But one So that was the first moment when that I was first disappointed, and then they gave me the moment back, as in, it was a redeeming moment for the film where it was like, he's an apex predator, but no, he's an alien. And then you see the regeneration, and it's like, holy shit, he just, dude, the way, dude, okay, so the regeneration itself, you see the head, you see like the head, this is like the neck, this is the head. It looked so alien-esque and so metallic. It looked like the metal, like the liquid metal in Terminator. It looked very reflective, and it was so, I'm not gonna say gooey, but it looked so alien-like and so out of this. It was so out of this world and otherworldly. It was crazy. Um, so when that happened, when you see his head just like, it's like this liquid metal, and you're like, what the hell is that? And then all of a sudden Ghidorah just rips it, and it suddenly becomes like this like fluid, like it becomes like Mothra's silk, like it becomes like, it's just like a cocoon that he just rips open, and here's like this new head, and it was super cool. Yeah, it's all good, man. Dude, the Godzilla versus Kong teaser. So, we're gonna talk Kong's size in the movie. He looked about 90 to 99 meters, which is pretty much the height I want him to be. I don't want him to be up to Godzilla's like chest. I want him to be up to Godzilla's like neck right here. Have him like still look up, but there'll be like a considerable size difference. But still, he'll always look like the underdog. And I mean, that's just what's gonna be what's up, I'm losing my voice, by the way, because I was singing in the car. I was super hyped about the movie. I was screaming in the theater. I mean, I actually wasn't screaming, but I was like, oh my god, because I went alone. This was such a changing moment for me in my life. I've been going alone to like a bunch of stuff, so it was like, yeah, just go. It's like go alone to this, or go with like friends, or like with my mom or my dad or my sister. I'm so grateful for them and stuff, but it's like if I went with them, I'm just like, I'm like, oh no, that's the King Ghidorah the dragon. 2 minutes later, oh, who's that? That's a new character. I don't know, Mark Russell, yeah. Who's that? Madison Russell. I don't know. You guys know what I mean, but dude, the individual personalities of each head from Stereo Crow 1954, dude, those, I really love how Ghidorah had. Oh yeah, by the way, I mean, it's already in the title, but there's gonna be a bunch of spoilers for the movie. Ghidorah had like different personalities, and that was crazy because of the fact that one thing I loved is that he always picked on his left head, and his what he would do is he would bite the horns of the left head, and you see in the Antarctica sequence where he's like he's like, the left head is looking this way, and the middle head is like, yeah, look, eyes on the prize right here, and then the left head starts trying to go for not the orca, the Argon, which is that battle, like the ship that they were stationed in. That was a really funny like Ghidorah scene. Dude, there are so many nice callbacks to the Showa series. Like, dude, by the way, my Instagram live was way more energetic than this because I was just super hyped, bro. I was like, no fucking way. I just saw the movie. It was crazy. By the way, I bought a new NECA Godzilla figure because I wanted to have two. Yeah. Mini gamer, I have no idea what that message says, bro. I don't know. I don't speak whatever that language is. All right, so I want to quickly talk about the two moments that I was at first like disappointed, and then the movie redeemed itself for me. Obviously the first one was Ghidorah when he's an apex predator. I was like, oh god, and they were like, but he's alien, and then I just jumped. I was like, no fucking way. All right, now aliens are introduced in the Monsterverse. This is crazy. Hearing he fell from the stars was such a creepy like back tingling. It's a spine chilling thing to hear. It's just super creepy. Yeah, I love. Oh, what's up, Trey Rex? I super love the Ghidorah head thing too. It's so cool. Yeah, that was the first. In case you didn't hear, man. This is the spoilers for Godzilla 2, obviously. But I was super At first, I was disappointed. I was disappointed about the fact that Ghidorah was like shown. Ghidorah is an apex predator, and I got disappointed. But then they said he is an alien. I was like, oh fuck yeah, bro, here we go. And the second point, second time where the movie like disappointed me and then redeemed itself is when they were like, when I thought Mothra killed Rodan. I was like, God damn it, Rodan was my favorite. Rodan is my boy. Okay, I love Rodan with all my heart. So when he died, I was like, the movie's done. And then I saw, because I thought the stab wound was right in his neck, because you see from the back, it's like right there, and then Rodan fell down. That shot of him falling down, you see it's like right here, like in his shoulders. I was like, oh no, there you go. I hope he's alive. He still looks really injured. But then he came back, and I was like, fuck yeah, bro. There's Rodan. Rodan's in the Monsterverse. Mothra died, though. I'm so sad. But then I saw the end credits / like the credit sequence before the actual credits started rolling, and you just see the in like the news articles, the clippings, you see it shows another Mothra egg, and I was like, fuck, bro. Mothra was reborn. I wish they showed that though in the actual movie, but I don't care about anything. No, I do, but you know what I mean. Sorry, Stereo Crow, I saw your comment. Let me see. I mean, not Stereo Crow. Yeah, no, Stereo Crow. NECA announced 2 more figures. Let's speculate. I heard about that news. I know they're not doing a Ghidorah, and we have 2 versions of Godzilla. We have Godzilla normal version, which is a big dick right here, and then we have the like supercharged version, which is just like his atomic glow. Yeah, no, I know who you are, man. I know you and where's my other boy? Edmerville. I know you 2 guys were on my Instagram. In terms of the other 2 figures, I hope they're we have 2. I mean, you can count the Godzilla and the Godzilla supercharged designs as 2 figures, and then there's Mothra and Rodan. So those are already 4 figures. So if they announce 2 more, that would mean 6. I don't know if they're gonna do the Burning Godzilla design or if they're gonna do the other kaiju, but I would really kill to see that Mammoth kaiju, because that Mammoth kaiju was so cool. As was the other one, Behemoth, Batholith. Hey Felica Fox, how are you? Yeah, Mothra died, but if you saw the end credits, like you see the end sequence, the newspaper clippings, it shows second egg found. Is this a new Mothra? Which, for all the Godzilla fans out there, you guys all know that Godzilla, that usually when Mothra dies, she's reborn, reincarnated via a new egg. So, and yeah, Godzilla became king. I am so losing my voice. It's so funny. There you go with the Gabbro comments. Gabbro, King of the Monsters. Dude, there was a Muto. Okay, there was like a Muto. I don't know why Godzilla didn't instantly attack it. But this thing was so deformed. It had like, if you saw that Shin Godzilla concept art where it's him and I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. It's like this Shin Godzilla concept art. Him with like a bunch of other heads. But I don't know how to pull it up on the actual live stream. So you guys just saw me doing this, and I wasn't even looking directly at you guys. But yeah, it's like there's a Shin Godzilla concept art of him, and there's like a bunch of other Shin Godzilla heads growing on Shin Godzilla's body, and it looked super creepy and very chilling and disturbing. That's what this Muto looked like. At least to me, the Muto looked like it had a bunch of heads growing on its body, which is crazy. I don't know why he didn't attack it, because if that thing didn't bow, which is crazy, the fact that they included that bowing sequence. Because I thought that was just bullshit. Because I heard the leaks like a while back, so seeing the bow was crazy. It's probably the Godzilla and Blue Mothra. Yeah, I would. it's probably burning Godzilla and Blue Mothra. But if it were the other monsters, who would you want it to be, man? Would you want it to be uh, that mountain kaiju or the mammoth kaiju? Because I love the mammoth kaiju. That thing was so cool. Um, yeah, I don't think Godzilla didn't kill the Muto because he felt bad for it. I feel like the Muto didn't uh, emit like a threat, because you do have a good point about it not having a mate, meaning he's not a threat, but it's the fact that it's still a Muto and it's still an enemy species of Godzilla that Godzilla would kill it. I don't know why he didn't kill it. I hope there's like an explanation for that, but as of now, I feel like a good reason as to why he did not kill it is because that Muto was. Let me see how I can word this. That Muto was the reason Godzilla didn't kill that Muto was because that Muto bowed to Godzilla, and that Muto meant no harm. And I think he sensed that. That was just like radiating off the Muto was his sense of like not compassion per se, but overall he's not showing that he can harm Godzilla. If he was gonna harm Godzilla, he would it would show that he was about to harm Godzilla. But all those monsters approaching Godzilla didn't harm him at all. So I mean, they didn't show they didn't display a threatening manner. They just showed up and they just went. And Godzilla was like, "That's right, motherfuckers, I'm the king." But yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. I feel like the Fox. That was such a crazy sequence, honestly. And that end shot where Godzilla was standing on rubble. I will admit there were like some shots that did not look realistic to me, and I would have really liked for them to polish that. But I feel like that was the style the movie was going for, like a little bit unrealistic. But I would have killed for them to have like more realism and more like I wanted more of a sense of weight and scale. And dude, the Spider Kaiju was very cool. For like, look, King of the Monsters has most of their scale down. They just need to learn to master some shot. Like Rodan looked fake in a lot of shots for me personally, but uh, yeah, I feel like it was a lighting problem. Probably, I'm not really sure. I in terms of Godzilla versus Kong, I'm so glad you brought that up, Philippa Fox or Felisa Fox. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. In terms of Godzilla versus Kong, I want Kong to fight Rodan, and I want him to like see because I thought Rodan was gonna stand such a chance against Godzilla. He didn't even fight Godzilla. That's what I was very disappointed in. But yeah, so the fact that he didn't fight Godzilla shows that if he fought Kong, it wouldn't really mean much to the audience. Um, yeah, the mammoth one was very cool. Um, yeah, dude, bro, I would love, dude, if NECA made all of the Titans in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, that would be super cool. I would have like, um, them bowing to. Because the reason I bought this new Godzilla figure is because I already have, for those of you who don't follow my Instagram, I already bought a NECA Godzilla 2019 figure. And right after I watched the movie today, which I watched it alone because I'm a nerd, I was like, yo, I gotta hit the comic shop at City Walk because I watched it at City Walk. Whoa, that is trippy, but there you go. That did not help at all. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit the comic shop and I'm gonna try to buy a NECA figure. I was looking for NECA Mothra, but they didn't have that in stock. Let's talk movie though. The movie. Yeah. Okay, this is what I don't like about the Monsterverse is they don't have good sounds. Like King Kong in 2005, you knew what King Kong sounded like and you knew what the V-Rex sounded like. But these monsters have such different sounds coming. They kind of all sound the same if you really think about it. Like Kong, I wasn't really a fan of his roar because it was just like very generic, and so was you know, uh, Rodan's. Like Rodan and Mothra kind of sound the same. I wanted Rodan's roars to sound much, much more like the original Rodan, as with Mothra. Mothra though was pretty good, but she sounded like a little girl screaming for the most part, and I was slightly disappointed in that. But doesn't really matter. Yeah, no, the Spider Kaiju was terrifying. When I saw the Mammoth Kaiju approaching, he was just like boom, boom, boom. I was like, bro, how tall is that motherfucker? Because he looked pretty big next to Godzilla, you know? Um, I love that. Yeah, they brought back the classic roar. Um, yeah, Godzilla in his weak spot. I'll get to that in a bit and really quick. But in terms of Godzilla's classic roar, I feel like that was such a. It was. I didn't like how they just pulled a Shin Godzilla, just placed the classic roar right on top of like a modern Godzilla. They should have like updated it, and made it more now. You know, not in the sense of how Godzilla 2014's roar has been revamped, but in terms of how the original Godzilla's roar is. I wanted to hear the original Godzilla's roar, and I wanted to hear this Godzilla's like high screams, which was like the classic sounds, but not ripped directly from the classic sounds. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm really losing my voice. Godzilla's weak spot. So Godzilla has a weak spot, which is his gills in the 2014 film. 2019, I think they don't really care about that anymore. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get to Godzilla versus Kong in just a second, but I want to quickly wrap up. Not wrap up, but like talk about Godzilla King of the Monsters because I just watched the movie. It's like what D-Man said: the last 5 years of our lives have been leading up to this very day, and it's so amazing. But yeah, he did look like Cthulhu. Get a drink of water here real quick. Um, yeah. So, Godzilla King of the Monsters. So one thing I wasn't a fan of was how Godzilla stood a chance against Ghidorah. Now I like how in the Showa series, King Ghidorah was more of a like monster that needed you. Godzilla could not defeat Ghidorah alone. He needed help from Rodan and Mothra to defeat Ghidorah. Now, at first, I was like, it would be cool if Mothra and Rodan fought, and then Mothra and Rodan would fight, and then they would Mothra would beat Rodan, and then she would convince Rodan to fight Ghidorah and turn on Ghidorah, and so they do that. And when I saw that Vera Farmiga interview where she was like, "Nah, I don't like Rodan. Rodan's a backstabber. He just like switches sides." I was like, "Dude, that's a fucking spoiler, but I don't care. That's so cool. He switches sides. So mid fight, he switches sides. I mean, to aid Godzilla in battle against Ghidorah with Mothra. So I mean, that was cool, I guess, but I mean, that would have been a better idea than what we saw because what we saw was Mothra just go. Mothra died, obviously, but Rodan didn't like aid in the battle. He just like came out of nowhere and bowed as like, "Oh, hey, I'm still alive." Not, "I'm still alive and I'm helping you." It's, "Oh, I'm still alive," with the bow. So, and yeah, we didn't see much of that Mounts Kaiju, and we didn't see. I wanted to see like a bit more fights, but it doesn't really matter because we already got a lot of fights, and Godzilla. All right, you can't have him fight a bunch of monsters in one movie. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good movie. It's going to be a Godzilla Final War situation. Too many monsters is a bad movie, no matter what. It's just a bad movie. You can't have good pacing or proper character development if you have too many monsters. So, Yeah, just one of my major flaws was the fact the movie was not that well paced. It just wasn't. It was pretty fast. At first, I was like, nah, I'm chilling. This is a really good paced movie. But then towards the end, it started hitting me that, well, it's already ending. King Ghidorah was very powerful, but he wasn't powerful enough, in my opinion. Now Godzilla got so many power ups, but I didn't want to see. I wanted him to get revived, maybe one. Okay, because Antarctica battle. Godzilla is like his design already changed. I wanted to see the Godzilla design from 2014 fight this Ghidorah, but then he gets beaten so badly and he's still getting pummeled. But then the ice breaks and he just falls right beneath. And then he gets carried away in the currents or something, and Ghidorah's like, "Oh, my hands are done. I already finished that guy," and then he gets on his way. But Serizawa would find Godzilla and he would nuke Godzilla, and that would completely like revive him, I guess. And then he would start fighting Ghidorah again, and it would play like the movie did. And the Oxygen Destroyer comes along, and Ghidorah just doesn't care about the Oxygen Destroyer. But Godzilla is like on the verge of death. And then see, I don't know. Now I'm just spitballing, but I just wanted Ghidorah to stand a big chance. First of all, I wanted to see Godzilla, his 2014 design. I wanted them to show that his design changed from 2014 to 2019. Because the 2014 flashback looked like 2019 Godzilla, which was very weird. I wanted 2014 Godzilla. Godzilla, like, okay. So this is kind of a weird topic, but Godzilla surviving the Oxygen Destroyer, Godzilla has to have some weaknesses. That's what I love about the Legendary series, is that he has weaknesses. And it's not fun if Godzilla is just this beast who's like dominating everything, you know? So one, I would have had Godzilla be get weakened by stuff. Not like to the point where he's like a bitch like in the movie, but he's like just it shows that he's mortal. He's not like, I mean, yeah, he's shown as a god in the movie, but he's not like big G upstairs, you know, like god, you know. He's just a very powerful, very dedicated creature, this animal who wants to protect Earth and protect his habitat. And yeah. So one of my big problems, again, I'm gonna start repeating myself, and I'm so sorry. Just let me know if I'm rambling, but I would have wanted to see Godzilla. I wanted to see his design change, and I wanted this to be from like a nuke. Yeah. Yo, Bonnie, dude, shut the fuck up. Dude, you're actually scaring me. If you say something's behind me, I'm gonna freak out. Who the fuck's behind me? Bro. Yo, Bonnie, dude. Fuck you, bro. Is there actually some? No. No one. Dude, you're making me shit myself because I watched so many scary videos, bro. I think that's my shadow. Guys, look at me. This is the microphone. I will fucking die if there's someone behind me, okay? Thank you. Yo, Bonnie, up yours, buddy. That's really funny though. Yeah, no, the shadow is my reflection. So I don't know if you see that, but yeah. You guys want to see my figures? Check that shit out. Check this out. Dude, yo, Bonnie, bro, that was funny, but I mean, in a situation, we'll be moving fast. John Moss says, yeah, no, I feel you there, bro, but yeah. Dude, your body threw me off my game, bro. That was fucking funny as hell. Yeah, no, Felica. I'm just gonna call you Felisa. Or Felica. I'll just call you Fox. Um, Obviously, I have more Godzilla toys because I'm the biggest nerd on the planet, and I can't have anybody over. Otherwise, it's just like, what the hell is that? What does this kid have? Um, so Godzilla King of the Monsters. Let's talk about the fact that Ghidorah was not that much of a challenge. I just wanted Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan to team up against Ghidorah, but we didn't get that. Um, we just got like Godzilla versus Ghidorah the whole time. I wanted like Ghidorah to wipe the floor with Godzilla during the Antarctica sequence, while Godzilla is in his 2014 form, and then crashes through the ice. He like washes up somewhere, and then he gets revived or something by Sarazawa, and this would probably like really like change up the way his back spines are and everything, because it's a much more powerful nuke than because we have way more powerful weapons apparently, and like bombs and stuff, according to my history teacher. And then he comes back and he fights Ghidorah, and then Mothra fights Rodan, and then eventually Mothra convinces Rodan, listen, we gotta fight Ghidorah together. Mothra, Rodan, and Godzilla versus Ghidorah. That's what I wanted to see. And I would have preferred Rodan to fight Godzilla during the movie as well. Earlier on, maybe in Mexico in the battle, or in Isla de Mara. But yeah. Let's read some comments. Yeah, Ghidorah's head. Yeah, it shows Allen, Jonah Allen buys I'm pretty sure it's Jonah Allen, not Alan Jonah, but Jonah Allen buys the Ghidorah head, and it's really okay. That's really weird because I don't know. Thanks, Trey. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I mean, obviously they're gonna try to introduce Mecha Godzilla or try to introduce not Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, but I don't know what that would mean for the MonsterVerse, other than the fact that you can be like, you can use the DNA to make like another monster, which is probably what they're gonna do. Especially because I read leaks and shit. It seems like it's gonna be something really weird. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys though, but yeah. So I'm gonna read some comments because I was like rambling there. Yeah, I do not believe that Godzilla survived the Oxygen Destroyer. Ghidorah's regeneration looked so crazy too because it was so alien-like and stuff. Let's see what's up. Dude, Yobani made me shit my pants. Thank you, Trey. Yeah, the figures are. I take care of them, and I can never have people over. Yeah, Godzilla like totally vaporized, and just this head just got disintegrated, bro. It was crazy. Yeah, no, Patrick Simpson. What you're referring to is Mecha King Ghidorah, and that guy was really cool. Now, something interesting about Mecha King Ghidorah and the whole 1991 Godzilla film was that in 1991 they made Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah got killed by Godzilla and then got revived into Mecha King Ghidorah. That was originally supposed to be King Kong getting like killed and revived and stuff. I'm not sure about the time travel part, but I do know. I'm not gonna say I know for a fact, but I have heard that generally it's thought that King Kong was supposed to fight Godzilla, and King Kong would get like destroyed like that, and then he would come back as a cyborg, which is like Mecha King Kong, I guess. And he would fight Godzilla again. I don't know if he'd win or lose, but all I know is that he was gonna fight Godzilla in the Heisei continuity. So yeah, no, King Ghidorah, I really liked it. It looked realistic and stuff. I thought Charles Dance was confirmed for the new movie. I'm pretty sure he has to be confirmed. You know, Houston Brooks showed up. By the way, if you don't know Houston Brooks, he's from Kong Skull Island. He's played by Corey Hawkins. He was the sassy black guy. Um, he showed up in the movie and it was crazy. I was like, I didn't know who that was. Until like he was like speaking to the military guy in the camp, and I was like, oh my god, it's Houston Brooks. He was in Kong Skull Island. He carried over into Birth of Kong, and then he carried over into this movie, which is crazy because that is like 30, 40 years of continuity with this guy that we're witnessing in 3 movies. I know, yeah, it looked realistic. Yeah, that's the one problem. I know that they explained it in Godzilla Aftershock, which I do have right there in my drawer. They explained it in Godzilla Aftershock. But that doesn't explain like his. I mean, it explains the dorsal plate changes, but not like his tail, not like his his feet and his claws and his body proportions in general, like and his neck especially. So I feel like the only way they could have really explained that Godzilla's design changed drastically from 2014 to 2019, they should have explained it via nuke. But yeah. Also, I'm gonna wrap up this live pretty soon because people are leaving and shit. But yeah, some of the props like the orca and the nuke. Yeah. I agree with you, Stereo Crow. So Godzilla versus Kong. Let's talk that. So in the end credit scene, we see a cave painting of Kong about to slam Godzilla. Now, this looked super cool, and it looked like it just felt damn like Kong has to be that size at least. Not like he's gonna grow. It's possible he could be bigger than that size, because of the fact that we see in the Godzilla versus Ghidorah painting, Ghidorah is clearly not to scale with Godzilla in that painting. But Ghidorah wouldn't be any smaller than he was in that painting. So I'm assuming the same should be with Kong in that he won't be smaller than he's depicted in the painting. That's number one. Number two, I feel like in that painting, that had to have been a prophecy. It had to have been a prediction of this is what's going to happen. Eventually, these two gods will collide, Kong and Godzilla. It couldn't have been like a flashback of them fighting in prehistoric times because it doesn't make sense why Godzilla has been avoiding Kong the whole time. Like, why would Godzilla not go to Skull Island? Like it doesn't make sense. There's a bunch of species on Skull Island that could be a threat to Godzilla, especially Kong. That's why they're making the movie. Kong is a threat to Godzilla. Yeah. Like you guys know what I mean. Yeah, like I hope they don't team up either, dude. Because if they team up, it's gonna be such a letdown, you know? I'm gonna open this figure, by the way. You can't have Godzilla versus Kong and have it be, oh yeah, and Destroy is in here, or oh yeah, fucking Ghidorah came back just for this movie. That's the only reason he's here is to Godzilla and Kong can team up against the big bad. Felica Fox. Kong is still growing, 100%. He's still growing. By 2020, he should be at least near Godzilla's size. Yeah, if not, not only would that be very disappointing, but it would be A, disrespectful, and B, a totally unfair battle. It's disrespectful because fresh plastic. What's up, Randomized? How you doing, bro? I'm just opening my NECA Godzilla figure. Oh wow, the paint is not bad on this one. You guys have to see this. Right now we're talking Godzilla versus Kong, and yeah, man, good to hear that. So, like the reason that I feel like Kong and Godzilla should not team up is mainly just due to the fact that you can't have it be called King Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus Kong, and then oh yeah, plus Destroya is in here or plus Ghidorah is here. It doesn't make sense, bro. I sound really chumpy when I say that, but like it's true. Honestly, it's really true. Like, why would you have? Why not just save that for a future MonsterVerse film? I've been preaching this since uh, Godzilla King of the Monsters was announced. Godzilla Kong Skull Island was announced. But they really jacked up Kong Skull Island, and I was just kind of like, ever since Godzilla 2014, I was kind of like a little bit upset with the MonsterVerse because they didn't make Godzilla his origins. He's just boring apex predator, just stuff like that. Yeah. I just don't want to team up because it's smarter to save the team up for a newer film. Not a newer film, a later film. This movie belongs to just Godzilla and Kong. These two deserve their own movies, and Kong deserves to be able to fight Godzilla completely, as in not being severely handicapped by being around like 100 feet smaller. Sorry about the audio. Just gonna take this guy out real quick. There he goes. They're planning Mecha King Ghidorah. Yeah, dude, if they are, I'm so mad. It's not the time for mechas because you could be doing so much more with the kaiju we have right now. There you go. Tie wraps. Whoa. Damn, y'all, look at mine. I would say he's fairly decent. All right, that was really, really dorky. So everyone's saying they're planning Mecha King Ghidorah. If they are, I'll hang myself. I just really hate that. Dude, Yobani, you fucked me up so bad, bro. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on? And I've been watching Scary Stories for like the past month because it's just something really addicting. Even though I don't like it, like I don't like. All right, you guys want to talk about life real quick? Or Yobani left, I could tell. All right, you guys want to talk about life real quick? Check this out. Sleep paralysis is when you're asleep and you wake up in like the middle of the night and you can't move. You're aware, you're functioning, but you just physically you can't move. And there's always something. Maybe your body, your mind will conjure up an image such as, oh, are those ghosts? Oh, is this like a person? And sometimes it will be, or sometimes it won't be. But it's going to be really scary. You wake up, you can't move, and then something's like in the corner, and then it jumps or it roars, and you wake up. And a lot of people have this like widespread phenomenon, so it's crazy. If I ever had that, I would kill myself. Dude, Felika, that's so crazy that happened to you. Yeah. Back to Godzilla before I brought up sleep paralysis. It's Godzilla's tail. It is, man. So here's a funny story about the NECA Mothra. So I call up GameStop right after the movie because I went to my local comic shop. Or not what the fuck? I was at Universal City Walk. I went to Things from Another World and I bought this bad boy right here. And I was like, yo, so I just got this figure and it was really cool. So I call up GameStop. I was like, yeah, do you guys have the NECA Mothra figure? And they're like, the Mecha Mothra? I was like, no. Even though Mecha Mothra was a conceptualized monster in, I think in the Heisei series, they conceptualized Mothra, but her mecha form. Mechana Mothra. That's so stupid. So I was like, yeah, do you guys have the NECA, the company NECA, NECA? their Mothra figure, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we don't have like new releases until like a while later. And I was like, ah, shit, okay, all right, well, you better watch Godzilla King of the Monsters because it's such a good movie. And they're all like, yeah, we're gonna watch that. You know, it's really good. Do you need anything else? No, then stop calling our store. We're just like, I was just like, okay. Dude, Yobani, thank you, man. Thanks for the sub, dude. Like, if you guys are into all that scary shit, hit me up. Like, I'm like just adjusting the tail. I'm not like, just hit me up. But like, if you guys are into and that stuff, just hit me up, because that's like really interesting stuff that I always love to talk about. A lot of people don't know that about me because I probably don't like make my channel enough. Yeah, you see Donald Trump in the corner, you're just like, oh god, there's a new race of human, orange. Yeah, okay, so the banner for Godzilla versus Kong came out, and what that banner is it's literally it's like the banner we saw way back then, except this is like way more HD. Kong doesn't look different at all, which sucks, but he's so small. He's so small. He looks barely taller than Rodan, and um it's literally like he's jumping too. So this is Godzilla, right? Godzilla Kong would be about right here. Maybe a little bit taller. If he's half Godzilla's height, count me out, bro. The movie is so dumb. And the randomized totally summed up why I love and don't love scary stuff. Especially Mr. Nightmare. Mr. Nightmare, I fuck with it. Okay, so I've been rewatching. Now we're just hanging out, bro. This is just this is Chris D'Elia. The congratulations. This is the log cabin, bro. Now we're just hanging out and talking. Listen, I have been rewatching King Kong 2005, the native scene specifically, and good lord, that scene was so well done. The entire movie was so well done, but the natives and the miniatures combined with the actual like visual effects and the CG was godly. It looked so nice, and that was 2005. Now everything is just pure CG. They don't take into account miniatures. They don't take into account any of that stuff. Do more practical stuff, but they don't. But I was rewatching the native sequence, and I was like, God, they fucked up Kong Skull Island so bad, bro. Figure buddies, Trey. So they really messed up Kong Skull Island because the iwi are so like not scary. The island itself is literally just Vietnam. Like the whole movie was just you could tell. Honestly, I hate saying this, but Jordan Vogt Roberts, you could tell that the movie seemed like an excuse to go and to Vietnam, to be paid to go to Vietnam and just hang out there. Which I don't like. But the island itself, Kong Skull Island, it's literally just Vietnam. Nobody likes that. Yeah, it's realistic, but it's still just Vietnam. I don't want to see bamboo grass. I don't want to see like big trees. I want to see fanatical stuff. Like 2005 had the best Skull Island, the best natives, the best mountainscape, everything. Everything was amazing, hands down. If we got that Skull Island, but just taller and bigger for 300 foot tall, 400 foot tall monsters, we're chilling, bro. Like I just want mountains like that, and really big mountains. And there's like certain parts of the island that are for gigantic monsters. And Kong, because he's like 100 feet, he would be in like another part of the island that's for like smaller monsters. And yeah, that would have been just so cool. You could have done so much with it, and it would have been a kaiju island, not here's one monster, a skull crawler. It would be a bunch of monsters, and that would have been so cool. Those are just my 2 cents on it, though. I do feel like, in terms of the team up, that it's if they team up, it's not like I'm gonna hate. I'm definitely gonna hate it, but if they do team up, I just can't. It's gonna be such a cop out, That's just the why. It's just such a cheap move. Why would you do that for Kong? I get. Listen, a team up with Kong and Godzilla is what I want to see the most. I love that idea, Just not now. Not for Godzilla versus Kong. You have to save that for a later movie. Have Godzilla fight Kong, they give a look of respect, and they walk away. Eventually, in like Godzilla 3, Kong would come to Godzilla's aid, and then it's just like a good moment. And then Destroy All Monsters is when you know they have each other's back. That's the moment when it's like, yo, Kong and Godzilla are the best dynamic duo ever. Yeah, no, dude, randomized. You got it, bro. That's all it was Mountain Sea. I don't like that. I mean, I want like jungle. I want forest. I want to see like swamps and shit. I want to see, like literally what Kong Skull, like King Kong 2005 was. And just know it's the figure making the noise. Yeah, no, dude. By the way, Stereocross comment on my Instagram live was so funny. He said something like, bro, Kong's thick cheeks grew or some shit like that. I was like, yo, that is so funny. Mecha Mothra, dude, was a thing, as in a conceptualized thing. An actual thing, though, I don't know if it could work. Mothra has her own series, which is crazy, because I really don't see the appeal to Mothra, unless it's like, because she's like Black Widow. I don't see Black Widow working unless it's like a side movie. I mean, unless she's a side character, I don't see her working as a solo movie. Add to the fact that Mothra is just a creature. I'm not sure when I'm doing another live video. I don't really do these a lot, so I mean, I feel like I could get more viewers if I actually gave you guys more time to like get ready for it, because I just like I literally just got home. I was like, I need to do a live about this. And I just hit you guys with the get ready for it, but with a reminder. But I'll have a reminder, be it like at least a week in advance. Nah, Michael Daugherty, if he came back, he would want to add Biollante and Gigan. I think he was just talking about his favorite monsters. He doesn't actually want to add those. I mean, he's talking about his favorite monsters. Sure, he wants to add them, but he literally couldn't because of the fact that Toho has to approve them first. Guys, it's so. I wish I was able to like be hired for the Monsterverse, because I feel like I would be able to please fans like hardcore. Because what you gotta have in the fandom, what you gotta have in the Monsterverse is more classic original roars, as in closer to the original sound, more shots that are like something a human would shoot and not like the CG camera that just floats in the air. And you can't have I would have like a bunch of like CG revisions, because the CG was good in this movie, but it wasn't like, it didn't look as realistic as G14 did. Though G14 took liberties with being set in the dark. But yeah, and I would have monsters be equal to each other, and I would show battles, such as King Kong, Godzilla, and I would have battles that actually showed. Like this movie, I don't know, you really couldn't see some of the battles that well, like you just couldn't. And the movie was too crazy. Like it was a little bit too crazy, but yeah. I know it looks like I'm beating the shit out of my dick, but I'm just. And that actually looks like it, but no, this is Godzilla's sail. Yeah, no, the movie was really. I was just looking at Taylor Gilligan's comment, dude. He's such a cool guy. Who's your favorite Titan? Definitely the Mammoth Kaiju. That guy was super, super badass. I don't know what it is about him, but I think it's the fact that he's such a mammalian kaiju that it looked really cool. Yeah, part of me didn't want Sarah to die. I was not expecting Vivian Graham to die, but she did, and holy shit, she was. That shocked me. That was a real shocker. You don't expect Vivian to die. I thought it was confirmed she's carrying over to GVK too. That's what got me really shocked. Uh, let's see. Yeah, Kong 2005 is definitely has its ups and downs over Kong Skull Island. Um, yeah, no, their natives are gods here. Um, yeah, no, I can't believe that I don't really. I think Adam Wingard is like he's kind of. I don't really. Because I wasn't sure about Darty after seeing not Trick or Treat. Um, Krampus. But I don't really care about Adam Wingard. Like most of the MonsterVerse directors, I don't care as long as as I know they're doing good in the movie itself. Then we're fine. There's like no reason to be mad. We just reached 13 viewers, by the way, which is really cool because it's the most I've ever had on the stream. And this is my first stream, so that makes sense. Yeah, but wait, was she a tasty snack for Ghidorah? Because I don't remember Ghidorah eating her. I thought he just stomped her like hard, and I'm back to 10. So yeah, she was crunched. Yeah. Um. Yeah, no, Ghidorah, like mentally, he devoured her because he was just like he fed off of. Uh, I think he really liked killing people and stuff. I wanted to see Ghidorah come back. Before I was super against it, but now I'm just like, dude, you gotta have Ghidorah again, and he's gotta be bigger and badder. So that way you have actual destroyer monsters. I was super happy though about the whole regeneration thing though, because I was like, whoa, Ghidorah being alien and him having regeneration, that is super badass. There's no way to put it. Like, you know? Um yeah, if they ruin Godzilla versus Kong, which they would by having a team up, I'm out. I'm out. Um yeah, I was way more energetic on the live, but I had like a bunch of spaghetti. Big Jack Films, what is up, man? It's good to see you. How are you? We're talking about Godzilla King of the Monsters. It was super cool. And I can't wait to see what Godzilla vs. Kong has in store. And I'm playing with my Godzilla figure that I got at the NECA Godzilla. I already had one before, but this is I got another one because I want to have a Mothra and Rodan set. This is the one that'll be in the Mothra. It'll be displayed with Mothra and Rodan and not with all my Godzillas. Not that it shouldn't, but sorry, when I'm distracted, I'm like attending something else. You'll see me like start saying nonsense. Just let me get a pose for y'all going. Oh, I forgot to articulate the feet. No wonder this guy doesn't stand up. Yeah, being distracted got me got like most of the people off this live, which I don't really blame. Oh, Big Jack, you didn't watch the film? Big Jack, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go, man. Oh yeah, you do? Yeah, because like I don't know if you read spoilers like I did, but yeah, man. Dude, his feet are the hardest. It's not the only thing that's the hardest. Sorry. There you go. Wow. This sucks. Can I like adjust focus? No? Alright, well, the eyes I got on this guy are way better than my other Godzilla. Wow, the eyes are actually really nice. And the gums are fixed. I think this is a fixed release. It has to be. Alright, enough of that. You guys want to hear some on-topic shit? Alright, bet. Let's hit it. King of the Monsters. Alright, so you want to hear? I talked about a bunch of the cons. We might as well talk about the pros. Cinematography was absolutely beautiful. What's up, Abdullah? The soundtrack, another really big plus. Jack, you totally got it right there, man. The soundtrack was amazing. Hearing the Godzilla theme just like play gave me chills, bro. I started tearing up when I heard that. And when Sarazawa died. You know, the NECA. Okay, dude, the NECA looks good. The NECA figure looks good. On mine, straight up, like this figure looks good itself because of the fact that there's no QC issues. Um, I think they like fixed it though. I'm pretty sure they like. I'm not pretty sure, but I'm. This looks like they released, like they fixed all the releases. It's a little bit tight though, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, I was able to see the battles fine too. I'm just talking about like they kept like it was too shaky and they kept like panning away and stuff. Um, but it still looked fine, you know. I love the chance, dude. The chance. Oh my god! Don't even get me started. Um, I'm getting kind of tired, but um, yeah, the Arctic Rivals was so good, dude. That would be so. When I heard Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, and then they started giving some funny ideas like these inter are they gonna like interspecies just like try to breed, and they were like, yeah, species breed, it's possible. I was like, bro, all the dev, I promise you, within the next 2 weeks, there's gonna be at least 20 to 30 pictures of pure Mothra Godzilla porn. It's gonna be so bad. It'll be the biggest, most letdown of the whole entire movie. I'm just kidding. But yo, Bunny, dude, it's 1 in the morning for you because you are. I'm pretty sure you're in like Abu Dhabi or something, right? Like you're probably across the world. So I'm. It's only 11 p.m. for me, and I'm tired because I'm an old man. Um, yeah, I want Godzilla to win in 2020. However, Kong needs to stand the fattest chance, bro. He needs to take Godzilla the distance. He needs to. God, I want the reason Kong needs to be able to survive, be immune to the atomic breath. Just look at it, and there's like smoke steaming from his chest, and he's just like, the fuck? And then he starts boom, boom, like start punching. Dude, the reason that would be so cool is because Godzilla can't have a wild card like, um, yeah, Godzilla can't have a wild card. He can't just pull out a atomic breath card and all right, the battle's over. I know this will protect me. If he has that, that totally just dismisses the entire chances of and the entire like scariness of and the entire suspense of oh my god, Kong and Godzilla, what's gonna happen? Kong being immune to Godzilla's atomic breath is what's going to make the movie, the entire movie. So imagine Kong just being hit by the breath and looking up like, you really just tried this shit, and then he starts punching him. That would be super cool. Um, and yeah, it would be force Godzilla to fight hand to hand, which is what I want to see. More hand to hand, and just don't have Godzilla Kong be severely handicapped and being up to Godzilla's stomach or up to his chest. Have him be up to his neck, and uh, have him be 99 meters. Because there's a picture that I want to show you. I mean, just go to my Instagram, and you guys are gonna see this picture of Kong looking up at Godzilla. If King Kong is 99 meters, we're done. That is the best thing ever. But yeah, my Instagram is the same as my username, bro. So totally go ahead and check that out. And there's a link on my channel that you'll find. Yeah, thanks, man. So yeah, we talked about all of that. But back to King of the Monsters, like this is such a revolutionary part of the Monsterverse because we have advanced machinery. Why is Monarch always like under a budget or on the verge of shutdown? It's crazy. It's always being shut down. In Kong Skull Island, it was on the verge of not bankruptcy. It was on a severe budget, and in this movie, it was just about to be shut down by the government. And they released like 40 to 60 years worth of of evidence and of like research of these kaiju to the public, like just out of nowhere, just, all right, here you go. I can't imagine in 2020 what the backlash against the Monarch is going to be because of how they've been shielding the world against monsters. But yeah, like the fact that Godzilla was so like, I'm not gonna say like, uh, he was just he. I don't like how he stood such a chance against Ghidorah. Ghidorah should have wiped the floor with him, and then Mothra and Rodan and Godzilla, their combined forces, plus Godzilla being supercharged, that should have totally just destroyed Ghidorah. But Ghidorah should have retreated into space. If Ghidorah retreated into space, dude, you would introduce him in a later movie. Not Godzilla vs. Kong, though, because Godzilla vs. Kong is King Kong and Godzilla's movie. Yeah, no. Stereo Crow is right. The film has left its mark on Godzilla history, 100%. I feel like this is one of the best movies, one of the best Godzilla movies. Definitely in the top 5. I would say in the top 3, bro. Trey, I don't know if you're watching this live, bro, because you're commenting his feet are hard, and I said that like kind of like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, you're probably not gonna see this until in 10 minutes later. Let's King Kong versus Cloverfield. That's a good matchup. I mean, I feel like Cloverfield would eventually get destroyed because King Kong is just, he's too agile. He could just hop on a Cloverfield's back. Once Kong has Cloverfield on the ground, his pummeling will end up taking care of it. Yo, buddy, thank you for following me, man. I 100% appreciate it. Kong 2020, 110 meters tall. All right, I'm gonna show you guys what 99 meters looks like because thanks for following my 3D animation account, by the way, man. Here, 110 meters is pretty big compared to 119 meters. Yeah, dude, Big Jack, I see you, man. I feel you on that, man. These be facts. All right. Sorry, I have a really bad runny nose. This is by Mostatron on Instagram, so be sure to follow him. Good God. Right there. That is what 99 meters looks like. I would zoom in closer, but you guys wouldn't be able to see it. Dude, what is up, man? There you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Basically, that's a perfect height. Oh my God, I'm like burping and shit. But yeah, Dude, I keep staring at this height. This is the best height I've ever seen. Yobani Valida. Jerson Ramirez. What's your name, bro? Is it Yobani or Jerson? Geigen, you see, we have what's up, Jerson? Geigen is really cool. All right, I just feel like I just feel like he has to be introduced way later. Kong is not a rival for Godzilla. I don't know what you mean, bro. If you mean that Godzilla would decimate Kong, not really though. He wouldn't be able. Okay, so Kong wouldn't be able to beat Godzilla. Godzilla should beat Kong in the new movie, but Kong would stand a hell of a chance. And Kong had trouble fighting a Skullcrawler because he was severely weakened by Packard and his men and being bombed to hell and already exerting a lot of energy. Godzilla feeds off nukes though, man. So the way I see it is Godzilla is impervious to kaiju attacks, meaning Godzilla can take a nuke, Godzilla can survive falls, but he can't take a kaiju beating, Dude, let's be honest, Godzilla would destroy Kong here. Uh, yeah, I mean he would beat Kong in a fight. I wouldn't say destroy because first of all, we need to know what Kong's stats are. If he's 99 meters tall, he's not gonna be destroyed. He's gonna be one hell of a fucking fight. Yeah, Godzilla can take nukes. Godzilla can take like a bunch of stuff, but that doesn't mean he can get through a kaiju beating. Ghidorah beat him like to near death. Wait, did he? No, I just watched the movie today. I'm really drawing a blank, but Kong. Imagine if Kong. Yeah, it's like what the randomized said. If Kong pulled a a Pipeworks or an Atari like a Godzilla Destroy All Monsters melee move, and he just picked up a whole building and threw it at Godzilla at like full speed, that's gonna really stun Godzilla and like send him back a few steps. And then Kong would already be Kong is so fast, he would already be out of the way. And Godzilla's like, where the fuck did he and boom out over there? And Godzilla is just Kong is really fast and he's insanely strong. He's a gorilla. He's an ape. He's an ape on steroids, as D-Man said. So Godzilla is heavy, but gorillas can lift over 8 times their own weight. Rodan is 35,000 tons. That means Kong will easily weigh twice that. Most possibly more. 2/3 of Kong is muscle. It makes sense he would be able to fight Godzilla and like really be stronger than him. Dude, I mean, yeah, that would. I don't want to see him pick up the Empire. That doesn't make. How can he pick up the Empire State Building if he's like? Because you gotta realize this is 300 feet, and this is just like me holding up dick sizes. But say this. Oh, this knife is like 1,000 feet. This is how big 300 feet is. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, this is roughly how big 300 feet is. He can't carry like something 4 times his body height, and it's like insanely heavy. And started smashing with his fist, and if Godzilla was directly under, it could fall on him. I mean, yeah. Godzilla could try to crush him like, if Kong fell down, yeah. Yeah, those are all really good ideas. If they fall in the water, yeah, no, Godzilla could win. But you gotta understand. You know how Kong defeated Godzilla in '62? This is how he defeated him. He was so amped up on electricity and stuff. He was surging with energy. Once he's underwater, I'm pretty sure electricity is not gonna do anything underwater. It might for Kong because my theory is that the electricity voltages were multiplied by the trillions. That's how Godzilla was so weakened in 1962. But then you see him in later movies like using electricity as a power. The voltage count was so high for Godzilla in 62 that it still weakened him. So, yeah. It's not Kong wouldn't lose strength as he loses oxygen, he would lose stamina. But still, like what happened in 62 was Kong buried Godzilla. He definitely buried or knocked Godzilla out. But he most definitely buried him. So that's the only way I see him beating Godzilla underwater. And even then, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Who do you think is going to win? Godzilla. 100% Godzilla. And he should win because he is the king of the monsters. But because of how Kong is a king in his own right and how he is Godzilla's father because of how, like in terms of general cinema, and he birthed the kaiju genre and he birthed suitmation. Not like a whole giant monster suit, but his movie Wasei King Kongu in 1933. That was also a suitmation film. So he was a pioneering. His character pioneered suitmation. Kong is very revolutionary in terms of kaiju cinema and overall cinema. So it makes sense that he would be. He should not only stand a hell of a chance, but be one of Godzilla's toughest opponents one-on-one. Ghidorah is Godzilla's toughest opponent, but I say after that should be Kong. If they had Destroyer in the Monsterverse, if they had Space Godzilla, obviously those would be above Kong. But yeah, Kong and Godzilla should be very equally matched, and one should barely win. One Godzilla has to barely win the fight. He still wins, but he barely wins, and he would be unconscious after. He would like knock out. Kong would wake up, and then he would see Godzilla's knocked out, and everybody knows Kong could kill Godzilla right then and there, because of the fact that Godzilla's knocked out, and Kong woke up first, but he doesn't kill Godzilla because he both of them know they need the other to survive, and Godzilla won't realize this until right after, which is when Kong walks away and Godzilla wakes up. And yeah, they shouldn't have killed Ghidorah because Ghidorah should have came back, not in Godzilla versus Kong, but in Destroy All Monsters. It would go after Godzilla versus Kong. It would come maybe Godzilla 3, Kong 2, and then maybe a Kong 3 after that. And actually, no Kong 3. After Godzilla versus Kong, it would be Godzilla 3, Kong 2, then you would have to have another, like, maybe a Rodan movie, but that probably wouldn't work, nor would a Mothra movie. It would have to be another Monsterverse movie in between that. It would be another, yeah, it would have to be another Godzilla movie. Godzilla 3, Kong 2, and then another movie in between there. And then right after that, you would have Destroy All Monsters. Like, between these 4 movies, Godzilla 3, Kong 2, the other movie, I don't know, either a Kong or Godzilla movie, and then Destroy All Monsters, leading up is Destroy All Monsters. We're getting hints, major hints, and subtle hints to Ghidorah coming back. And yeah, you know, right after that, you would have them all team up against Ghidorah. By this point in the Monsterverse, we would have rights to Anguirus, King Caesar, and I don't know, maybe Varan, Manda, you know, like Earth Defenders. Yeah, Kong should be 500 meters tall. Yeah, definitely. Kong has more weaknesses than Godzilla. We don't know that because the movie hasn't been released. We don't know what Kong fully grown looks like, man. You know, that's the problem with like Godzilla fans, not Godzilla fans, but like this topic is, oh, bro, what's Kong gonna do? Well, we don't know what his stats look like because we don't know how weak he is, how strong he is, because we haven't seen him fully grown, literally at all. All we know, I mean, even what I'm saying is speculation, but I have one very solid point of evidence, which is that the movie is being made. So there will be a fight, meaning Kong will stand a chance against Godzilla, you know? You could call some other Titans. Yeah, no, Godzilla. Okay, yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Godzilla is the king. Why wouldn't he just call a bunch of alphas on to Kong to get rid of Kong? Kong would refuse to bow, which is a really cool thing. Kong fully grown is just a big ass gorilla standing on 2 legs. I mean, yeah, that's just like, you know, that's just like a reason for some people to hate on Kong. It's just like, oh, he's just a gorilla. So, I mean, everyone could say Godzilla is just a lizard, Rodan is just a bird, Mothra is just a moth. You know, Zilla should be introduced and be 5,000 meters. Yeah, dude. Godzilla Earth versus Kong. Dude, I hate Godzilla Earth. I hate the anime so much. But if he refuses, the randomized says if he refuses to bow, then Godzilla could choose to kill him, and that's probably why they're gonna fight. Is because like Kong refuses to bow, he won't back down to the alpha. So, yeah. Then I want to see Kong be so powerful for Godzilla that he would have to go into his burning form. That would be super funny. Just see like everybody's reaction, like, bro, what the fuck? I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I did read that somewhere actually, but I want to see Godzilla. I want to see just Kong be such a match for Godzilla. You know, I like how I lost like viewers as I said that. He has a Titan posse. Yeah, dude, burning Godzilla would fuck Kong sideways. You know, cheeseburger. What if in the movie Kong and Godzilla don't fight? Okay, yeah, but okay, so people are like, bro, I want Kong, I want one to survive. So have them not fight, have them team up. Here's what you can do. You can have Kong and Godzilla fight hardcore, so bloody, so brutal. And then they just one of them gets knocked out and and then they just go their separate ways. Uh but one of them gets knocked out and then they fall to the ground and they're unconscious. And then the winner who knocked the loser out, so Godzilla knocks Kong out. Godzilla takes 2 steps and just passes out. He's too exhausted. Kong exhausted him. Then Kong would wake up and it would be like, oh my god, Kong can kill Godzilla right here because Godzilla's unconscious. He can't do anything. But Kong just walks away because Kong knows he needs Godzilla to survive. And then Godzilla wakes up. Godzilla sees Kong. Godzilla roars as a sign of respect and like, hey, bro, we need each other. And yeah, that would be a good movie. They just walk away. All right. Yeah, no, Ghidorah would. I mean, sorry, Kong would lose to Burning Godzilla, obviously. Um, the anime was ass, obviously. I'm gonna stop saying obviously because that's really not a good thing to say to people. What they're both not going to die. I promise you. Godzilla King of the Monsters though was really good. It was so good. As my voice starts cracking and shit because I've been using it all the past 2 days. Damn, did they actually like fix the paint on my NECA Godzilla? NECA Godzilla? The eyes look really good, bro. Yeah, but like, you know. Oh yeah, but like, you know, like what the fuck am I saying? Because I read that apparently Kong doesn't back down to Godzilla even when he goes into his burning form, and that's such a badass thing to me. I don't know. It's just like Kong not backing down. He's like, I don't care. What are you gonna do? And like they start fighting. I mean, obviously he would lose, but still. So I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. I'm gonna quickly sum up some things. I really loved the movie. It was so good. I do wish that Kong. What? I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this song. I do wish that Godzilla. I wish it was better paced. Number one. Number two. I wish it was a 3v1, a classic Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra versus King Ghidorah battle. And yeah, I also didn't want Ghidorah to die. You know, he should have like retreated to space. Geigen cannot slice up Kong. Sorry, I'm reading the Abdul's comment. Depends on which Kong. Honestly, I feel like Kong would just have a thick skin, you know. Maybe, I don't know, man. I'm too tired for this shit. But yeah, it was such a good movie though. I'm so glad they made Ghidorah alien. I'm glad Rodan and Mothra both survived. They didn't pull bullshit rampage. Yeah, you know. I hope in Godzilla vs. Kong the design changes. Kong looks to be about 85, 90 meters, so roughly up to Godzilla's chest. Up to here, which I'm not really a fan of. I want him to be like right here. But Kong so far looks to be up here. But the banner they released, I'm not down with it because Kong is like nearly barely half Godzilla's size, and he's jumping, so he's very small. God, I look like an idiot as a comic, you know. Yeah, no, he's not like the only he's gonna put up a fight. Yeah, G fan for life summed it up best. I'm also a G fan for life, just so you know. Hopefully no one goes under your bed, dude. Yabani, you keep fucking with me, bro. It's so crazy. Kong and Godzilla should be equals. If everyone else thinks different, bite me. Trey Rex spitting facts, bro. Also, one thing, one thong. What's up, randomized? I won't be able to see them if I'm sleeping. Yo, money, you're actually starting to freak me out because you're all like, bro, what if somebody was under your bed and then you're actually just typing under my bed? I want Kong to do really well. Why didn't Godzilla kip? Oh, are you talking about like why didn't Godzilla kill the Muto? Dude, that's literally what I was asking in the live, in my Instagram live, and like 10, 20 minutes into this live stream. There was a Muto in Godzilla King of the Monsters that was like, it looked like the Shin Godzilla concept art where Shin Godzilla has like a bunch of heads growing on different parts of his body. I don't know why. That was literally the same species of Muto. It was roaring the same. It had the same exact roar. It was a species of Muto. Um, why did it not kill? Why did Godzilla not kill it? So I have two theories. Randomized brought up his theory, which I slightly believe, which is the reason Godzilla didn't kill this specific Muto is because of the fact that this Muto was alone. It didn't have a mate, so it couldn't like reproduce. Thus, it wasn't a threat to Godzilla. But still, that doesn't really make sense because the male Muto would have fought Godzilla one-on-one, and so would the female. Um, and the Mutos are natural enemies of Godzilla's species, as the randomized just said. Those would be facts. So why did he not kill this Muto? It's really unexplained, other than the fact that to me, um, it didn't the Muto it didn't emit a threat. Like it wasn't just like it wasn't approaching Godzilla in a threatening manner, like yo, we're gonna fight or what? It was approaching Godzilla like, hey, what's up, you know? Um, as were the other Titans. Uh, it's currently unconfirmed as of like my first day of watching. I don't know if Godzilla can phase in and out of his burning form. If he can, that fucking sucks. That is so bad because there shouldn't be any other MonsterVerse movies if he can phase in and out of that form. So I hope he can. If he, the reason I don't want any MonsterVerse movies if Godzilla can phase in and out of his burning form is because all all monsters don't stand a chance against Godzilla if he's in his burning form. You know, so he has to the burning form has to be a one-time thing. Um, yeah, no, anime Mecha Godzilla, anime Godzilla in general, just fuck off. You know, I hate that series so bad. No matter what, people like, no, you see, it delves into Japanese politics and stuff. I don't give a shit. Godzilla stays in one place for 2 movies. He's 1,000 feet tall. That fucking sucks, bro. Nobody wants to see that. Like, you know, people are like, oh no, but the anime is so deep. The anime has this and that. You're just saying that because it's an anime, bro. Like, if that was like a live action version, you wouldn't say the same thing. It's a 1,000 foot tall Godzilla. He barely moves. He sneezes atomic breath. Like what the fuck? Um, yeah, he's 1,000 year old, huh? No, he's actually and Kong is 1,000 years old. Not our Kong, but the Kong species is 1,000 years old. Like thousands of years old. Godzilla is millions of years old, billions actually. Um, Actually, I don't think Godzilla's billions of years old. Dinosaurs have been around for millions of years, but 65 million years. The Earth has been around for 4 billion years, so that doesn't really make sense. Um, what if in Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla and Kong just played poker? I love you, man. Though she had spikes on other things in her. Yeah, no. The other Muto was like a different species in general. I don't know if it was mutated. Um, by far the mammalian kaiju, even though he's literally just only seen walking in like 2 or 3 shots, he stole the show for me. Um, just because he's mammalian, just because he looked so cool, and I think he's like bigger than Godzilla. I don't know, it looked like it. But I really would have wished they touched up the CG. I wish they made it look more realistic and not as comic booky. And you know what I mean, right? Like that lost shot, like it didn't look like it was real. So I hope in GVK they make it more realistic. Um, Thank you guys so much for watching this live with me. Uh, I'm fucking tired. You know. Um, Yeah, this. I have a Kong versus MCU Hulk. That don't work, man. What do you think of my theory? Ghidorah and Godzilla DNA and Biollance as a new hybrid monster. It could work. Yeah, no, that actually could really work, man. With tusks. Yeah, no, that the Mammoth Kaiju was so cool. No, the Muto bowed because Godzilla was the new alpha, which doesn't make sense because why wouldn't the other Mutos bow? Um, yeah, go to bed, dude. You need it. Yeah, thanks, man. Um, I'm probably not gonna sleep though because it's like one of those things where you say you'll fall asleep and you don't because like it's just different once you're actually there. Kongzilla, that's funny, bro. Um, other Mutos didn't bow because Godzilla wasn't the alpha then. Godzilla was the alpha then, actually. Um, this is it's weird because they introduced this whole alpha thing in the new movie in 2014. It was different, I mean, he was in the sense that, but he was like lying dormant. He wasn't active. I think that's why the Mutos like woke up and stuff because he wasn't as active as he was. So, uh, yeah. Um, Kong doesn't exist. He does, bro. If you tell me he doesn't, I'm gonna cry. Kong exists. Look at me. Kong exists. I'm kidding. Um, yeah, guys. I'm gonna crash, but just got the NECA figure. Barely any paint defects. I really like it. Kong is real. Kong is real. I can't do this. Um, you guys have been really great. I fucking love all of you. Go to my Instagram, King Kong 9100. I got a more detailed review coming up, and yeah, this was my first live, and it was really bad. Like I was expecting this to have a. I don't. This is such cheap camera quality, and I'm using my mic, which is really cheap and shit. But I don't care. I gotta improve a lot of stuff, but I pre-ordered Godzilla 2019 SH Monster Arts figure, and as well as the NECA Mothra. I just gotta get caught up with SH Monster Arts and all of those figures, but um, yeah, yeah, no, that Yobani guy like really fucked with my head. That was funny, dude. Um, all right, guys, you guys have been really great. Thank you guys for watching. I see people are just joining. Sorry, guys, I'm just signing off, but you could watch this live if you want. Godzilla King of the Monsters. I give it a 20 out of 10, bro. It was such a good movie. It obviously has its flaws, but that doesn't matter. Make sure you guys go on Rotten Tomatoes and on IMDb and on a bunch of like websites and rate Godzilla. Like just rate it like 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. No less than that though. I'm kidding. Unless you really thought it was a bad movie, but if you thought it was great, which it was, make sure you check that out. So yeah. That's pretty much it, guys. I got animations in the works, so be sure to be on the lookout for those. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. This is King Kong 9700 signing out. See ya.